Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
New information will soon be revealed in the ongoing green ooze investigation. Help me, Hank, with a live report tonight.
All right, Hank, and so it begins. President Trump's lawyers deliver a blistering response to the Senate less than 24 hours before his impeachment trial is set to begin.
But we begin with a call that came out as a car into a fence. But when police got there, it quickly turned into a double homicide investigation.
Good to have you with us here at 5. At that scene on Detroit's east side, police found 2 men dead, and both had suffered gunshot wounds.
It happened overnight in the area of Waltham and Eastwood Streets. That's right near 7 Mile and Shaner. Victor Williams was at the scene today as family and friends of the victims came to see what happened firsthand.
You can still see the tire marks here in the snow from where that black Impala crashed right into the fence over there, causing neighbors nearby to call the police. When they got here, however, they discovered a bigger problem, the senseless murder of 2 men.
Tonight, family and friends are mourning the loss of 2 men on Detroit's east side.
It's messing me up right now because I know he ain't that type of guy for somebody to even kill him like that.
Darius Sledge says it makes no sense that someone would want to shoot his best friend in cold blood.
He always been a good guy.
And the same question goes for the other person found dead on the scene. We're told the 2 were related.
That was his cousin. He was a good cat too, cool cat, laid back.
Police are still looking into what led to the 2 men being shot. Minister Raymond Harris, who lives right across the street from where the car crashed, was home as officers blocked off Eastwood for several hours to investigate.
We didn't know what was going on, actually, until we saw the crime scene tape getting pulled from my fence across the street and on the other corner. And that's when we noticed there was something going on.
And while outside, Minister Harris noticed another family member crying. His first instinct was to offer a prayer.
When I saw the young lady, I was touched. I felt led to just pray for her. And that's it. Pray for her, that, God is in control.
In the meantime, the victims' loved ones will continue to search for clues as to what took place.
It's just sad, man, and we just need some answers, man, on what's going on. If anybody knows something, just let us know.
To make matters worse, we're told that these men had children. So if you know anything, call 1-800-SPEAK-UP to offer a tip. Reporting live, Victor Williams, Local 4. Back to you, Kimberly.
Just awful. Well, Victor, did any of the neighbors hear any gunshots?
No, we spoke to a few neighbors. No one heard anything, which leads us to believe that something might have happened before these gentlemen drove over and possibly died on that scene.
Again, if you know anything, 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Victor, thanks.
Tomorrow, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Chief Justice John Roberts will cross the street from the Supreme Court to the Capitol building. In fact, he'll do it by car, very short distance, but that will be because of security purposes. Once he's in the Senate chamber, he will preside over just the 3rd impeachment trial in American history. As Alice Barr reports, with less than 24 hours to go, both the White House and Democrats are digging in and preparing for a fight. Alice?
Good evening. The stage is now set for just the 3rd impeachment trial of an American president. And for the first time in this months-long process, we now know how the president's lawyers plan to defend him. On the eve of the Senate trial, President Trump's legal team laying out a detailed defense in a 110-page trial memo, calling his impeachment a rigged and brazenly political process. The attorneys urging senators to swiftly reject the charges that they say don't allege a crime and don't meet constitutional grounds for impeachment.
Abuse of power is not the criteria for impeachment, any more than dishonesty would be a criteria for impeachment.
Democrats point out the Constitution doesn't require a crime for impeachment, and they argue abuse of power is reason enough.
You have to ask ourselves, who is the president going to shake down next?
The Trump team's brief doesn't deny that the president pressured Ukraine to announce investigations of Democrats, including Joe Biden, but argues he was within his rights to pursue corruption. House impeachment managers readying their arguments to remove the president from office, saying he abandoned his oath to faithfully execute the laws and betrayed his public trust. The lead manager promising a fight to bring in new evidence.
Witnesses and documents.
President Trump on Twitter saying Democrats were in too much of a rush during House proceedings to wait for all the witnesses they wanted. And on this Martin Luther King Day, White House advisor Kellyanne Conway linking the president's impeachment struggles to those of the civil rights icon.
I don't think it was within Dr. King's vision to have Americans drag through a process.
Both sides fortifying their positions in the final day before the true fight begins. While lawmakers are facing off, President Trump will be spending the first day of the trial out of the country at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland. In Washington, Alice Barr, Local 4.
All right, Alice, the impeachment trial process then has only happened 2 times in American history before, so we've got a lot of questions about how this trial will work. Luckily, our Steve Garagiola, along with his visual aides, will help show us what we know so far, including why there is so much we don't know about it. That's ahead here at 5:30.
New test results expected soon in the toxic ooze case as investigators work to figure out why more wasn't done sooner to stop Gary Sayers and his chemical chaos.
Our concerned investigator Hank Winchester live in Madison Heights. A lot of new details on this are going to be revealed soon, it would appear. Hank.
Yeah, Devin, Kimberly, it could be a very big week. Take a live look behind me. You can see this new fencing in place here around the building in Madison Heights. You can also see that black government-issued SUV inside right now. Crews working on cleaning up this mess, and also investigators trying to figure out how we got to this point.
Major new developments in the toxic ooze investigation expected this week. Here's what we're being told. We will have soil testing results from locations tied to Sayers in Sanilac and Detroit this week. On Thursday, the city's case against Sayers will move forward in Oakland County. We expect more information to be revealed about the current condition of that property in Madison Heights. In February, a town hall will be held to give those living and working nearby updates on what's really going on. And in 6 to 8 weeks, Eagle and the EPA developing a sampling plan to continue to monitor levels at Bear Creek. This as the EPA puts together a plan for addressing contaminants long term. On Friday, a new ooze discovery, brown ooze, in the city of Detroit, and crews on scene taking samples. The city, we're told, taking the lead on this one, but will begin working with the EPA and Eagle, making sure the site is safe and secure. Investigators now also taking a close look at the timeline during the last 30 years. Remember, Sayers first hit the radar in 1990. During the last 30 years, lots of contact with a number of different agencies, but things took a major turn in December as that toxic substance was discovered oozing onto the roadway.
Back out here live, you can see the EPA has now set up these temporary trailers so they can work here on site as new information becomes available. Again, we should be getting some key test results sometime this week. We're live here tonight in Madison Heights. Hank Winchester. Help me, Hank.
Well, Hank, any new information now on the property on Commonwealth in Detroit also tied to Sayers?
Yes, Devin. In fact, take a live look behind me right now if you see crews just making their way outside from the building. Regarding the Detroit property, what we've known is its test results have already made their way to the lab. We should get those back within 10 days. Detroit has also been working with the EPA to make their way into those other nearby abandoned buildings, making sure that those other chemicals found are not a danger to those nearby.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Indeed. All right, Hank. Kim.
Today, Americans across the country are taking time out to honor the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. That includes here in Detroit, where students at the high school bearing his name organized a march honoring his legacy and the work left to be done. Kim DiGiulio spoke to students who explain why this day is so important.
There were drums, chants, and cheers as students from Martin Luther King Jr. Senior High School and other community members marched in the 11th annual Legacy March.
Today we have sororities, we have fraternities, we have the students of Martin Luther King, we have the principals, the people from UAW here to support us.
The march even had the Skillman float from America's Thanksgiving Parade join them as well. As these members marched down East Lafayette and around the school, they shared why a day to remember the civil rights activist is so important.
Living up to the true meaning of what he stood for is how we give back to Dr. King and how we thank him for what he has done.
For folks that couldn't do this, my grandparents, for younger generations, just to represent symbolically what Dr. King and those folks that marched with him did back in the 60s.
The students and community members who marched also got to learn about African American history through interactive tours inside of the school earlier in the day.
We had the voting section, we had the slavery section, we had the court section.
Teaching the younger generations what life was once like and how much of a difference maker Dr. King was.
He went through a lot of things just to have black people get the rights they deserved, and he helped a lot of people, and he cared about peace and not violence. As other people, they wanted violence and he wanted peace.
While the students had the day off of school, many students refer to today as a day on, a day spent marching in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and a day giving back to the community, which is exactly what Martin Luther King stood for. In Detroit, I'm Kim DeGiulio, Local 4.
Going on in communities all over the country today. Much more ahead here at 5, including Dr. Frank McGeorge. Doc?
Flu cases remain high at local hospitals, and several other viruses are hitting hard too. I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Tonight at 5, I'll show you what's going around and which age groups are being most affected.
And welcome to MLK Day, my friends. I'm meteorologist Andrew Humphrey. Mostly clear skies, picture perfect, but certainly cold out there with temps in the 20s, wind chills in the teens. How much colder for tonight? What about the rest of the week? Your full 7-day forecast in minutes.
Airbnb came along, reinventing how we vacation. And now, a new app is using the same concept to reinvent the storage industry.
We allow you to connect with and store with a neighbor.
You need extra cash, and you have extra space in your attic. This will connect you to your neighbor, who's in need of that attic space for all his extra stuff.